Yes, yes. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyway, I'm in the mood for all those dancing and those, what I call hype in the spirit this season. Let me know if you can hear me. Let's go and do take. It's always good to be sure that the voice is there, the people are saying. Yesterday I'm actually like different places at the same time, so I welcome everyone to this. Yes, I love it, I love it. Come on in, guys, come on in, and when you come in, share the video. When you come in, share the video. I'm gonna be seeing the people that are here. Yes, when you come and share the video, let me see if I can share the video though. Yeah, let me see. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, I can share the video. Let's go. I'm gonna set up my music and most of the things, because this is the season we are here live and direct at the studio of Reverend Joy, and we have so much to do this season because somebody is waiting for you. So it's time to arise. It's time to take your place. I'm trying to share the video. Yeah, I'm sharing the video. I'm sharing the video. I couldn't get into the group. Things are happening on Facebook. That's why, I'm learning a new system of marketing, and I'm so glad that I'm doing, because, hey, you don't know, all that is happening this season, with all the AI and all that going on. But anyway, welcome once again to Reverend Joy's studio. I have this thing going on with me lately that said the divine driven way. Everything we are doing, our businesses, our leadership, our parenting, our mind, we are positioning it in the divine driven way. And that is why we're going to be here to help somebody who want to be helped in the divine driven way. So I have my whiteboard today. And why do I have it? I know it's kind of, the light is really coming over, so I might not write a lot, but I just want to show you that we are in the studio because this is a serious season, that we have to pay attention to all that is happening out there. So today, as you guys know, on Saturday, we started what I call the route 7 C's to greatness. Yes, that's what I call it, route 7 C's to greatness. And is that 7 C's that we are looking at today. And last Saturday, last week Saturday, yes, we did the compassion and the consistency. There were two beginning of our C's that we all needed to know. And today we are looking at the commitment and the courage. And that is why I'm coming to you from the studio. And I want you to really pay attention with these two C's that we're going to discuss today. As you guys know, we have three to go, but we're going to discuss the two that follows the first two that we discussed, which was compassion and consistency. Like two of them went so much in hand the other day that we had so much like, oh my God. Every leader starts with compassion. Most of the things that we do in life, we do it because we have compassion around it. We do it because, we just, like, we're just so into it that we love to do it. So most of us, yes, Lord, operate from the place of compassion. Trust me, a good leader operates from the place of compassion. And now do it consistently, then learn from the mistake, grow as they go, and they just keep, doing what they're doing. So once again, to all the leaders out there, today we're looking at route 7 C's to greatness. We are in that season where God wants to introduce people the right way. I'm not saying a different way, no, the right way. And the right way starts from our ability to know the greatness that's inside of us and how we can activate it, how we can live with it, how we can walk in it, how we can be a blessing with all the greatness that's inside of us. And it's in that season that we are coming to you from. so that we can help you, so that we can help ourselves, so that we will know the things that are helping people live in their greatness right here on earth. And as we look at the C's, on Saturday, we started with the compassion and the consistency. Those were the two foundations of a leader. And today we are going to be looking at what I call commitment and courage. Those are two things that are really the next level. Like when you find what you're passionate about, then you become consistent doing it. The next thing now, the consistency brings out the commitment. And it takes the commitment to begin to now walk in the next level of courage. Because most of the things that leaders do that are different from any other person is that not only are they committed, but they are courageous. They want to, they want people to hear them, and they are not being moved by what people say or what people think or what people are doing, or how they sound or how their body is feeling. No, it's not a feeling of waking up today and feel bad and you don't have to come up. No, they show up. They are courageous. They actually their own cheerleader. When people are saying no to them, they believe in themselves to that land that they are not going to, there's nothing that will stop them. And why is those things very serious? And, looking at the life of Ruth, because of how committed Ruth was, it was easy for Ruth to make important decisions of her life towards Naomi and her future. So with the level of commitment that she had, she was able to say, I don't want you to tell me nothing. I don't want you to discourage me, because I'm committed and I'm courageous. I'm committed and I'm ready. And I'm going to go wherever you go. I'm going to do whatever you want me to do. And we're going to grow together. You've been assigned to me to take care of you. You've been assigned to me to lead you. You've been assigned to me to follow you. You've been assigned to me to be around you. So many of us are in leadership. There's people that are assigned to us that we need to be committed to. Come on now. That is what I heard this morning. There's people committed to hear us, committed to listen to us, committed to grow with our knowledge and our wisdom, that the only thing you can do for those people is to show up. Right? And that is where commitment comes into play. That is why you lead differently, because you're showing up daily to give voice to those people that need voice. You're showing up committed to run through the season with them that you're leading at that particular time, as the Lord, gave you the way to be called for them. So they're expecting you to be committed to that calling that you have. And that is what Ruth did. Ruth was committed to her mother-in-law, right? Ruth took it to the next level when she replied to Naomi and said, don't urge me. That is Ruth chapter 1 from verse 16 to 17. Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you, because when I am committed, where you go, I will go. And where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I'm so committed that where you die, I will die. So many of us, God has called us for a particular generation, a particular, purpose, for a particular assignment, but we're not willing to even lay our life to those people that God has called us to do. So Ruth is an example of a leader, of a follower, of somebody that have a divine driven purpose to fulfill on earth, or somebody that have an infinite, like a definite goal to achieve here around people. So not only will I go where you go, not only will your people be my people, but where you die, I will die. How many of us are willing to say that to our calling, the people that God has called us? How many of us are willing to lay our life for them? The Bible says that Jesus laid his life for us. Jesus didn't mind the situation, but he laid his life for us, because that's what Ruth is saying in commitment. Where you die, I will die. And where I will be buried. That is why the best way to function in this season is to find that purpose that God has called you and give it all. It's to find those people that God has called you and be committed to serve. Yes, that's what Ruth is saying. I am committed to serve. I am committed to be here with you. And somebody said, what is commitment? It's a state or quality of being dedicated to a cause. Just think about it, or activity. You are dedicated to this particular race. You are dedicated to this particular journey. You are dedicated to this particular, calling that you have over your life. And the people that God has called you over, you are dedicated to them. That is what Ruth is saying here. Where you die, I will die. I'm so committed to you that I'm not even afraid of dying where you die. I'm so committed to the call God have over my life that I'm not even afraid of taking a step of faith and just building myself towards how to serve these people and be a voice for them and help them grow alongside with myself. That's how much I'm committed to. That's the 7 C's that Ruth used to greatness. That's the 7 C's that Ruth, decided, I'm not going to do this thing anymore like how I've done it before. I'm not going to do like my sister-in-law. That's okay. Her ability to choose what to do is okay. Her ability to choose going back is okay. But I have no going back to. I am committed. I am ready. I'm going to be here with you. That's what Ruth is saying in all those phrases, right? Ruth's commitment to providing for Naomi and herself is showcased in her determination to glean in the fields. There's another way Ruth showed Naomi that she's committed. So even when they got to the land of Bethlehem, Ruth, as a Moab, did not sit down and say, okay, mother-in-law, hear me now, child of God, listening to me. Okay, mother-in-law, we are here now in your country. Okay. Yes, who is there with me? Let me know. Let me know if you're there with me. Yes, let me play this playlet for you with my Ruth. It is okay, mother-in-law, I came here for you, you are now in Bethlehem and I'm not from here. I don't know anybody here. And as much as I'm here with you, you got to take care of me. Ruth didn't say that. Ruth didn't do that. Ruth said to the mother-in-law, I'm going to go to the field and I'm going to glean. Because why? I'm committed to you. Because why? I am here for you. Because why? I know my assignment. How many of us know our assignment and are aligned with the assignment? As a leader, as a called minister, how many of us are driven by passion and not just by any other thing you might think about? How many of us are really committed for our assignment God has given us to do down here? Ruth said, I know my assignment. I know what I'm here for. So I'm going to align with it. So I will go and glean for us. I will go and get food for us. I will go and make sure that I am where I'm supposed to be at that hour for our sake, especially for your sake. That's what Ruth said. Because why? She is committed. She was so dedicated. She was so committed. She was so, like she did everything the way we should do things when we are committed. When you're committed, you do things differently. When you're committed, you show up. When you're committed, you lead differently. When you're committed, you talk differently. When you're committed, you move differently. When you're committed, you don't stay without solution most of the time. Because all that you're going to be asking yourself is, how do I get solution for my people? How do I move them? How do I help them? How do I get through? That's what committed leaders do. That's what committed moms do. That's what committed business people do. How do I grow my business? Who do I talk to? What should I do? You just be in that place of, trying to find a way. Ruth had to take a step and go to the field to glean for she and her mother-in-law because she's committed to this assignment. So many of us know that we have been called for something different, but are we all committed that we can even lay our life for those people or those calling, or what is it God is calling us to do? Are we too ashamed to come up and speak? Are we too ashamed to do what God is asking us to do? Are we too ashamed to even identify with the things that we are hearing in our spirit that's supposed to be our next level? Are we so carried away by the voices that play in our head that were not even interested to make a move and actually go and glean. Ruth was not from Bethlehem. Child of God, you're watching me, you wonder, oh, I'm not among my people. I don't know what to do. I don't know the people. Ruth was not from Bethlehem. Ruth had every reason to decide not to move. Ruth had every reason to decide not to talk. Ruth had every reason to decide it's not my land after all. So I'm going to sit and let Naomi take care of me. But no, she's committed. That's one of the seeds that led Ruth to greatness, that made Ruth a household name, that made her one of the greatest women ever lived. Her lineage had been mentioned even till now. Because why? She was committed. And the second one that we're going to be discussing, yes. Let me hear you. Tell me if this is helping you. Because we want you to begin to cultivate the 7 C's to greatness, the 7 C's to actually achieve why you are here. Did you wake up in the morning and ask yourself, Lord, why am I here? That should be the question we ask ourselves every day. Lord, why am I here? Who are you calling me for? What is my voice? What did you send me to do? Who am I going to follow? Who am I going to lead? Yes, Lord, Sister Sharon, I see you. What am I? What should I be doing at this hour? Because why? I want to be committed. Some of us will even say, oh, if only I know what you're telling me today, I'm going to do it. And God every day is putting those desires, those dreams, those big things in your spirit. I'm like, no, man, that's too much. Or that's not, I'm doing this now. How can this be what I want? Even when it's playing in my spirit, I'm still not sure that is what God is actually saying to me this time. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to wait longer. Because why? We have not realized one of the C's that leads to greatness. Because it takes a committed soul to get through. I happen to, get so obsessed these days from learning, from listening, from reading. And right now, gone back to Napoleon Hill with his book, of Think and Grow Rich. And everything that he's trying to say when it comes to desire is that every one of those great men that he interviewed and had their stories and know how they achieved it is that they were determined. There was a level of determination. There was a level of commitment in their life that brought them to the place that they wanted to be. Child of God, you want to be somewhere. You want to achieve some kind of things. But are you dedicated enough? Are you committed enough? Even to myself, I'm asking myself, am I committed enough to do what God is placing in my spirit to do this season? Am I ready? And if I'm ready, am I ready to be ready? Or do I have to wait till when the invitation comes to begin to practice on what to do? No, you got to train for the Olympics. You got to train for the finals. You got to read for the exams. You got to do something before you can actually face the greatness that you want to face. You got to do something. Small building that you get the great things happen in your life just like that. So are you committed? I'm going to leave it there for you. The second one is courage. The ability to do something that frightens one. This one is me. This one is me. Let me know in the comment below how this one is actually, before I even start saying it, how this one is affecting even me and you and a lot of people right now. Or if it's no longer your problem, praise God. Because we want us to just live from that place of, hiding from the things that frighten us. Because it's behind the other side of fear that success is acquired. So being courageous is to actually plunge into the things that frighten us. Remember, Oprah will not go if she was not frightened about leaving one. But Ruth was not afraid to get into the unknown. I won't stop saying this. The very moment you begin to be ready for the unknown and not afraid of the unknown, because any which you don't even know. The problem we have that fear have us so much on this earth that fear actually magnifies the unknown so far that you even forget that you don't even know the outcome. Some of us fear so magnify the failure outcome that you refuse to actually take a step. But it's that same fear of the unknown that in the other side of it comes success. Ruth was not playing that game of being afraid of the unknown. So she was courageous. Remember the thing that they keep telling Joshua over and over when Joshua took his place as the leader of Israelites, right? If you listen to Joshua chapter 1, you see that so many places, even in chapter 2, they keep telling Joshua, be strong and courageous, be strong and courageous, be strong and courageous, because they know it's one of the seeds that's going to help Joshua to become even greater. They know. The word of God know that you need courage to be able to attain to greatness. So many failed men and women are actually the ones that attain the most success on earth. Have you imagined that before? Because they didn't quit. They didn't stop. It's not the absence of fear. It's not the absence of failure. It's not the absence of anything else you might say. They are all together, but these people were courageous enough not to quit. They didn't let nothing frighten them that bad that they say, okay, I quit. No. So the ability to do something that frightens you, they weren't so scared that they didn't do the things that frightened them. Those things that frightened them is what they did. Remember when God told Joshua, let me tell somebody a little story of Joshua. When God told Joshua that the way we're going to bring down Jericho is to actually go around Jericho. Let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you guys, how the early people actually navigated life that we don't want to work on. We're just so how will I put it? So many of us believe that we love God enough, but we really do not have faith enough. And we don't listen. We don't listen. The way we program this life in our mind is that everything should either be easy or I quit. But I've come to give you a news today. The Bible told Joshua when the host of the army came to Joshua, it said, Joshua, this is the strategy we're going to use to take over Jericho. And Joshua was like, okay, I'm listening. He didn't say, Joshua, I was going to bomb from heaven and bomb down the walls that they did not open for you. No. He didn't tell Joshua, watch me and see what I'm going to do. Extraordinary miracle, that nobody have ever heard. I don't need your help. No. He didn't say that. He said, Joshua, we're going to do this together, you and your men and I, myself. And I'm going to give you an assignment that in the next 7 days, you are going to march around this wall. Child of God, in the next 7 days, you and I are going to march around our circumstances. It took courage for Joshua to obey that order. Think about it. How many of you will obey it today? Imagine a wall that has been built for many years and you tell me to march around it with singing. What sense it make? No. I'm just asking, what sense it make? But Joshua, being a faith person, being courageous, believing in God, not afraid to do what frightens him, not had the ability to do the things that frighten him, said, okay, Lord, I don't understand it. I don't know what you're saying, but I'm courageous. I know you get this, so you get us. And that is how Joshua led his men. Joshua led his men. And they took that step that yielded result. How many of us are truly listening to God right now? How many of us are truly committed, courageous? How many of us are truly living that life that you're hearing in your spirit that is who you are. But you're not allowing fear stop you. This is how I want to fight this battle. And you refuse to let fear talk you out of how God want to fight the battle for you. This is my strategy. I wanted to use this strategy. But in your spirit, you're programmed that that's not a good strategy. Because the man nature in you kick in and you lose your courage. God is telling us today that his systems are not your kind of system, but his system is going to deliver you if only you hear him. So Joshua was courageous. Ruth was courageous. And even you watching me right now, you're watching because you're courageous. And those are one of the C's, the 7 C's that will make you great, that will make me great, if only we pay attention. So today, I'm here again to continue the 7 C's to greatness. So we have done the compassion, we have done the consistency, being consistent. Now we just did commitment and courage. They are simple English, everyday English. But when you pay attention in details about them, you will realize that your courage is going to push you farther than you think. So Ruth demonstrated by leaving her home. As simple as you think that was, the sister-in-law did not leave her home. She wasn't that courageous to embrace a new culture and faith. She wasn't that courageous to be, accompanied by Naomi to Bethlehem. She wasn't that courageous to make that quick, instant decision to say, I am going to the foreign land, regardless of what is going to happen. I'm not even afraid of the failure, the fear, or whatever it is. I am courageous. Ruth left. How many of us are ready to activate our power of being courageous today? And just forget all that have happened and just make up our mind that if it's skill, I'm going to learn it to be good at what I do. If it's believing, I'm going to believe that is already done. But one thing I will not do is to be afraid to do what frightens me. Because when I realize the power that I have, which is the maker's power inside of me, all things are possible. So no more fear. That's what Ruth said in that place. That is what we are saying today. The very moment you cultivate that ability to be courageous, every other thing follows. You're no longer interested in what your neighbor said. You're no longer interested in the bad review. You're no longer interested in what people think is not how you should live or how you should talk or how you should behave or how you should, lead. No. All you're interested is in what can help me grow. The Bible said that Ruth took a step of faith in the land of Bethlehem and went to glean. And it was in the process of gleaning that the Lord located her. Do you want to be located? We need these 7 C's to greatness. So I'm going to come back again as we finish the last one. That will be on Saturday. So that we can go through the last 3 C's. Because I want us to live a great life. I want our mind to be right this season so that we can fulfill, just like Ruth, our calling that God has called us. Whether you realize it or not, whether you're working on it or whether you're working with it or whether you're dealing with it or whether you believe it or not, there's a calling that God has over your life. It's just the ability to activate that greatness so that you can serve the people that God has called you to serve. So anyway, ladies, that will bring us to the end of today's edition of what? 7 C's to greatness. So how many of you want to be great? Tune in on Saturday by 9:30 a.m. That's when we normally do it. Tune in on Saturday And let's conclude this greatness. And just, hey, this is the season. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just so excited about this season. I watching the people on Facebook. I'm right here. I'm on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe on our channel so that we can, bring these messages to as many people as possible. Wherever you see this video, I love you. I bless you. And we're looking forward to have more of these contents so that you can realize who you are and the power that is in you. It took me many years, to get it. And right now, I am not going to shut. I'm going to loud, 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 loud speak to you. Because if you can manage your mind, hey, if you can manage your mind, you'll be so amazed how great you can become, or you are, or you can get to. So anyway, that's it. I see you guys on Saturday, 9:30. Trust me, you don't want to miss the last episode of this 7 Seas to Greatness. Bye-bye.